Alright, I've already thrown the switch from the main line, so the train is now backing up onto the Helene spur. Remember, we have 2 cars to drop off, and if we look at the car cards here, we have 4 cards to pick up. So first thing we'll do is drop off our train, the part of the train that is not going to be dropped here, and then we'll do some switching. So we'll just drop our train off here and then do our switching with the 2 cars in the front and pick up those 4 cars that are sitting on the elevator siding. We could have left our train in Georgetown and just brought the cars that we were going to use here, but I decided to bring them all in here because the train's relatively short. This little tool works pretty well. Now, one of the things that is different about this particular switching is there's not much room at the end for switching without going out onto the main. We're not going to worry about it right now, about going out on the main, but if you have to keep the main clear, you can only have a couple of cars behind the engine before you are out on the main. So it complicates switching a little bit. So here what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up, for simplicity, I'm just going to pick up all 4 cars, shove them back onto the train here, take them from this track, shove them back to here, and then go back and drop those 2 cars off at the elevator. And a little dead spot. I've been having problems with this particular locomotive derailing on these turns. I might have to ban it from here. Alright, well that was fun. Alright, so at this point the conductor would have to take all the handbrakes off and get ready to go. It doesn't have to connect up the air hoses yet because we're not done switching. We'll pull ahead and see if we can manage to do the rest of this without derailing again. I'm not entirely confident. Just this locomotive seems to have a problem with backing up through those switches. There certainly is a curve there, but it's this particular locomotive. So I might have to check the gauge on its wheels to see if maybe one of them is just a little out of gauge. Then I have to learn how to fix that because I've never done that for a locomotive. I'm not sure if it's any more complicated than for a freight car. Alright, so we're clear. Push it back far enough so that we don't foul. Hope we don't derail on the switch with the locomotive. Alright, so we're clear enough. One thing I noticed with this uncoupling stick is that just like the prototype, you need a little bit of slack in the couplers so that you can get in there and uncouple. All right, let's put this guy in here. I hope we don't derail. I'm going to gun it a bit through the switch and see if he can make it through. No, split it again. I recognize that it's an S-curve there, and that's probably the issue. Alright, spotted one car. The empties are this way. As the elevator loads them, it will roll them this way. So we're spotted correctly there. Drop them off. Get a little slack here. Not want to let go. Come on. Here we go. All right, back onto our train. And we'll just back to close the gap here, couple everything up. All right, so again, we have to do a brake test, full brake test. So while we do that, we will do our paperwork. We picked up these 4 cars here. Verify they're the right ones. SkinX, CALNX is next. CNWX is next. And then the other SkinX, which are not the same number, which is good. Those are good. And then we've got these 3 cars, which are on our packet here. So we'll throw everything together, GP9, and then all of these cars. We just dropped these 2 guys off so we can take them out. Covered hopper BN is there, CT is there, the last box is there. We're good. Put our packet together, grab our clip. And then these 2 guys here. Oops, I took one too many. Tank car is with us. The tank car goes in front of the BN. Two hoppers spotted here. You can pull the Cargill thing because they've arrived. And I'll grab a couple of holds. To say that, yep, they're here. Don't move them. And put them in the car card box, and our paperwork is ready. All right, and the last thing to do, assuming the brake test is successful, is to get out of Dodge and head into the yard. When the caboose passes the mainline switch, they'll stop and they'll line the switch back for the main line, and we're good to go. We got a fair sized train here. We've got 8 cars and a caboose, so we're off to the races. So here's our train coming into the staging yard. We'll have arrived, and the last thing to do is to hang up our train consist, and we're good to go. So, thanks for watching. Come visit me at modeltraingeek.com.